Yes. Wonderful. Could somebody tell me, please, if there's just a little recording button happening up on the side of the screen? Because with this screen on, I can't tell.
There is.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sharon. Good morning, everybody. This is Sandra Pelly, the Sandini. Life is wonderful today. I was just downloading my photos from my bike trip yesterday. So I'll get business out of the way first. Thank you guys for being so patient. I have a beautiful membership called Empowering the Healer Within. We meet 3 times a month via Zoom. It's varying times. I do have it on my page as being in the morning. It's going to be in the morning this week, and we'll go from there. One of these Zoom times is a book oracle. I use many different books. It's kind of interesting how the stuff truly unfolds for each of us while I'm using whatever book. It doesn't really matter. I'm sure I could actually probably use even a child's See Jill Run book, and it would work absolutely fine. Also, too, on the other calls, we'll be discussing different spiritual topics, including meditations and readings. In January, we're going to start to go really deep into the guides that we've been doing on this course. And there's a bonus for joining between November 25th and December 13th, and for paying for the full 1 year. And there's an introductory offer right now because the price will be going up soon. $20 US a month and $200 a year. And if you are in one of my programs, the Empowering the Healer Within, then you actually get this for half price. So any questions about that, feel free to drop me an email or a message. Today we're doing the 8-day Meet My Guides, and this is day 5, the Abundance Guide. Sharon, do you mind keeping track of the chat for me? I see somebody's chatted something. Is it something I should know about right now?
Okay.
Please and thank you.
Sandra, when you have your pictures up, I can't access the chats. I don't think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you scroll your mouse down to the bottom of your screen,
okay,
the chat should be there.
Okay, when I click on chat, I get this little box and I don't see any message.
Okay, no problem. No problem at all. Okay, so I align myself this day with my higher self for the highest good and the greatest good of all. I'm going to say that again just so that we can really sit into that.
I align myself this day with my higher self. Oops, sorry.
No, say it out loud. I love that. That was beautiful. Thank you.
I thought I was muted.
Go ahead, say it for us and we'll breathe into it. Thank you.
Okay, I align myself this day with my higher self for the highest good and the greatest good of all. I align myself this day with my higher self for the highest good and the greatest good of all.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. In the dictionary, the word abundance is an extremely plentiful or over-sufficient quantity or supply. And the affluence, wealth, as well as the overflowing fullness and abundance of heart. I love that, the overflowing fullness and abundance of the heart. I think when we think about abundance, we think about money. And that's just human nature to really sit in that thought of money. So ideally with our abundance guide, we'll be shifting that. What is abundance really? Who, what, when, where, and how? I love that, how we bring all those into it. So who is really looking within yourself and starting to feel the abundance that you have that's actually coming from within yourself. I teach that I am love mantra and being open with no expectations and no limitations. And it's really incredible how abundant one begins to feel when they start to feel feel love for oneself. The what could be anything. It truly can be anything. It could be shelter, it could be food, it could be relationships, it could be wealth. And wealth comes in many different ways. I know when I go for my bike rides, like yesterday, if you get a chance to see the photos from yesterday, I just posted them. Wow, when I thought of a desert, I thought of like the Sahara Desert, where it was literally all just sand and you needed camels to cross them. I had no idea that the Arizona desert looked the way it does with the cactus, and there's so many different types of cactus. The height and the size of these things are just massive, as well as the rocks. There are so many rocks in the desert. It's like I just finished reading this romance book, and it literally took place in this whole stretch that I'm staying in right now between Flagstaff and Tucson, Arizona, and um, and to imagine that someone rode all day to go to a rodeo, and just seeing what this land actually looks like, and imagining the cowboys and the natives in this area on horseback, it literally blows me away, because there's just so many rocks in some places. So that's abundance too, right? Is what's around us, what's around us that's feeding our soul. And that's what I mean by there's literally magic all around you. And that's in the flowers, that's in the trees, that's in the butterflies, the dragonflies. I've actually seen one hummingbird, and I've seen one dragonfly, which is really unusual for me. I often see many, many dragonflies, and I am unsure if that's just because of the season right now here in Arizona, or if it's because of the location. Because up in Canada, dragonflies are very, very abundant. Of course, right now in this season, it's not, because it's winter with snow, but we get just tons and tons of dragonflies, and also those smaller ones. I can't remember the names. So also too, being aware of the sounds, the joyful, the laughter, the singing, the music, birds, babies, and even some animals. There are times when hearing a dog bark, it's absolutely wonderful. When you can see a dog playing with its master or mistress, and hearing a cat come in and meow, that it's like, hi, here I am, pay attention to me, and just really stepping into those sounds that are all around us and how magical they are. So being aware of the sights and being aware of your feelings. We are human beings, so we're very abundant with our feelings. And sometimes we're very abundant in one way rather than another way. So really being aware of where your abundance of feelings are, and stepping into creating more joy in those feelings, more fun. And that's why we've gone through the guides in the manner that we did. That's why we touch base with the higher self first, so that we have some really strong guidance that's going to help to bring our awareness to these things. That's why we went to the little you next. And that little you is the one who really, really wants to play, would love for us to play with them. And that's where our feelings of joy and the feeling of laughter will really come in. The seeing the humor in things comes with the little you as well. And that's especially because children look at things so differently than we do as human beings. Being aware of what you may have that others are lacking. That's huge. That one's really, really huge. We're often very stuck in our own little bubble, thinking of, sometimes for some of us, oh, woe is me. I really could use this, and I don't have this. And sometimes that this is something like maybe a bigger TV, and well, as some people literally have no home over their heads. So really being aware of what you do have that others are lacking, because we do, as North Americans, for the better part, there are so many of us who live in great abundance and really could do with um, understanding and some empathy for those who are truly in lack. Gratitude also brings a lot of abundance. It's that law of attraction again. Negative brings negative, positive brings positive. So in our thoughts, words, and actions. shifting into a different mindset, the powerful I am mantras, awareness, and limiting beliefs and societal norms. So when we talk about this, our thoughts and words and actions are truly what are moving us into or out of abundance. In all honesty, I find that when I speak of being abundant, I am abundant. So often I will write in my morning pages, as I did this morning, that I am money abundant. Show me the money. And it's really interesting because something will often happen in that day or the next day where maybe my son will pay me back some money that he owes me, or possibly my renter of my house will make the payment for the rent that day, or I'll find a $5 bill on the ground, or someone purchases some session from me. But it's really interesting. I put it out there. I ask for it. Essentially what I'm doing when I say I am money abundant, show me the money, is I'm asking for money to come towards me. I'm accepting, trusting, and believing that my guides will provide because I am asking. I'm not asking for unrealistic things. I'm just saying, show me the money. That's where that I am open with no expectations, no limitations. And I am okay with the outcome. That is where all of that is coming in. As all of that is coming in, the expectations are better, okay? Meaning that I have no expectations. So if I say, show me the money, I am going to accept if I find a penny on my concrete pad out here, I'm going to accept that penny because I've been given something. And I am so grateful for that penny. And you never know where I may find that penny. It might come in very, very handy. I don't put it out there that I want $1 million. Man, I would love $1 million. I'm actually shooting for far more money than that in my lifetime. But, putting it out there that I just would like something and being okay with whatever that is. The words that we're saying are very important as well. I'm very conscious of dropping the word try out of my vocabulary, and I'm very conscious of dropping the word not out of my vocabulary, and any contraction of any word that uses the word not. So couldn't, shouldn't, wouldn't, don't, won't, can't. I choose to rewrite my sentences into a much more positive sentence. And then my actions as well. I truly believe in helping my neighbor, helping my husband, helping my children, and also taking care of myself. Primarily, if I'm taking care of myself, good things will come to me because I am taking care of myself. I'm conscious of the water intake so that when I am out doing things, I'm not dehydrated. That is very good action. That's taking care of myself. I'm conscious of what I'm saying to myself. That is incredible because it truly does bring abundance, positive abundance to me. And then I'm very conscious of what I'm saying and doing around others as well, to them and with them. So all of that is shifting into a different mindset as well. When we choose to bring in a positive mindset, it's really comical because I keep reading this, and this title, this headline keeps flashing into my mind. When I am bringing up my internet on my computer, I have these pictures that come across, and some of them are just literally, Google, Zoom, Facebook, Gmail, and all the different ones that I use. Beneath that are headlines with a photo. And there's 3 of them, and there are 3 for the day, and they'll keep popping up during the day every time I open up a new tab. And one day, one of them said that this shifting into a positive mindset is crap, or something along the lines of that. And I didn't even bother to read the article. I really should go back and find it. But I just wanted to say that you may hear that and choose to step into that. But you know what? I am the living example, and there are others just like me out there who are living examples of stepping into a positive mindset and having their life change dramatically for the better because of it. So be aware that when you step into that self-love, the I am love mantra, and I'm just going to say it right now, I am love. I am loved. I am loving. I am lovable. I love me. And I am divine love. Beautiful. When we step into that mantra, breathing it and saying it the way that I've just shown you, you can feel the peace of mind and the calmness that comes over you. That's shifting into a positive mindset. Doing things like the brain slide, doing things like grounding, all of that is shifting into a positive mindset and brings in beautiful positive things. As I mentioned, the powerful I am mantras, which I've both said the two most important ones, as well as we started the one today with the I align myself this day with my higher self for the highest good and the greatest good of all. That is such a powerful mantra as well. And awareness, being aware of the incredible things that are coming to you and coming around you, and being grateful, extremely grateful for all of those. I was speaking with a client last night in one of my groups, and she has really shifted into this incredible state of awareness of being so grateful for all the things that she's seeing around herself. What a beautiful state to be in, because as you become more grateful for the things that are around you, more comes to you. In all honesty, it truly does. And that final one, the limiting beliefs and societal norms, I'm going to address that societal norms first of all. We're in a really uh, it's my right to have things society. And that's really unfortunate because it's not our right to have something. It's our right to be able to breathe. It's our right to be able to have joy in our lives. It's our right to be able to find companionship and connection. It's not necessarily our right to own TV and have cable and own laptops and have jewelry and cars and stuff. Those are incredible gifts that some of us are able to work towards, but it's not necessarily a right to have those things. And I hope I'm making that. I'm hoping I'm making the correct distinction between those two, because societal norms are so different from what the indigenous people had far back when the English and all the different other countries came to North America. They were more concerned with food on the table, and not to say that they had a table, but harvesting and having a shelter over their heads and taking care of their families, and that was the day-to-day life, and finding great joy in that, and asking for guidance, and giving prayer. That is truly what the norm should be back to, instead of this, I need to have a TV, my child needs to have an iPhone. And then the limiting beliefs are the things we're taught as children, and we're also bringing them in from other past lives. And those limiting beliefs can be where we have had a parent say something to us, or a teacher, or a sibling, or anybody else in our life, even another child has said something to us. And it has brought our beliefs of all this incredible world has been brought down to this crashing halt, and we're struggling as adults to work our way through that now. So all of these things take place to have a place and an action that happens because of them throughout our life, and the abundance that comes to us. So having said all that, I'm now going to step into the meditation. So take a breath. And I am just going to turn off my camera here for those. I guess it doesn't really matter, but there we go. Okay. So feeling into the energy of abundance. I would love for you to actually consciously feel how you are raising your vibration to that beautiful 528 megahertz, and know that it's being risen to that this is a DNA healing as well coming in with this. So feel the energy that is circulating like a beautiful energy vortex all around you, starting at your feet, starting below your feet at the Earth Star. Feel how it is coming up, 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 up from that Earth Star, up to the soles of your feet. How it's coming up around your ankles, and then it's widening. Feel how that beautiful energy is coming up through your lower legs and around your lower legs to your knees, coming up through your upper legs, up into the pelvis and that beautiful root chakra area, feeling the grounding that's happening with that energy vortex. As again, your vibration is being raised to 528 megahertz. We ask for our guides to assist with this for the highest good and for the most beneficial and benevolent reasons. Beautiful. Feeling this energy continue up through our torso and outside of our torso, coming through the sacral chakra, that beautiful creative center, asking for our creative guide to step in as well and assist. Coming up through the solar plex, making the choice to step into the excitement of this energy vortex and the vibration of energy. Coming up through our heart chakra. Feeling the beautiful connection as we breathe with our lungs and heart. Feeling the energy continue up through our hands, arms, shoulders. Coming up into our throat chakra. And feeling that beautiful energy of being able to speak that personal truth, that personal story of love and endearment to ourself, for ourself, empowering ourself with that. Feeling the energy continue up through the ear chakras, the third eye, the pineal, and the crown chakras. Just feel the wisdom, the awareness, the heightened sense of hearing, of sight, and awareness. And feel how that beautiful energy vortex has now come up to above our heads. And it's this beautiful swirling energy that we feel very comfortable within. Feel the power that you have while you're in that beautiful energy vortex. And that energy vortex is widening and widening. At first, it's widening as far out as your arms can reach. And feel the beautiful, light, almost musical energy that's within that energy vortex. And then feel that energy vortex again widening and widening and widening so that it's like the room that you're currently in. And then it's creating all of this beautiful, healing, high vibrational energy for everything that's within that room, for the events that have happened in that room, past, present, and future. Every realm, every dimension, every lifetime, every lifeline, past, present, and future. Beginning, middle, and end into infinity and beyond. There's a beautiful space clearing. There's a purification occurring. Feel how that area has become much lighter in energy. And as this lightness comes in, this beautiful new guide, your abundance guide, is beginning to appear as well. They may be appearing with the snap of a finger, or they may be slowly emerging, possibly from the feet up, from the head down, or possibly just as though it was stepping through a veil. Being open, with no expectations, no limitations, and being okay with the outcome. Feeling the energy of this new guide, this abundance guide. Introduce yourself to this abundance guide. Asking to share words of wisdom back and forth, because you are as wise as this abundance guide. You've many lifetimes of wisdom to tap into. Accept that. Trust that. Believe that. You have spent lifetimes creating abundance for yourself. And it's in the bringing back of this awareness that will help you to move forward into more abundance. Feel the energy of your guide. Get the sense of what type of being they are. And it could be anything. So being okay with whatever that first image was that popped into your mind. Your abundance guide may appear to speak in another language or another sound that your human ear is unaccustomed to. However, the understanding is still so very clear. The sense of knowing is very clear. The abundance guide is asking you to move forward in time to 3 months from now. And as you step into that time, your abundance guide is asking you to feel great joy. Feel an incredible event. Feel the joy that's in that, the happiness, the giddiness even. It doesn't matter what has happened, just feel the joy of what has happened, of where you are 3 months from now. Your abundance guide is now asking you to go to 6 months from now. And as you step into that time, that space, again, feel the incredible joy. Get a sense of what your face looks like with a great big smile on it. Feel that in your body. Feel how you feel about your home right then, that you're really happy with your home. Just imagine the word home rather than a specific place. Feel incredible joy at what's in the fridge. Feel incredible joy at who you're with. And it doesn't matter right now who that is. Just feel an incredible grin on your face that you are with someone. This could be a friend. It could literally be a teacher. It could be a spouse. It could be a family member. It could be someone at the market that you're talking to in line. But just feel the energy of talking to whoever it is. And that you are got this big grin on your face and you're very happy. Now step into a year from now. Your guide is drawing you into a year from now. Step into that space. As you're in that space, again, feel the energy that's all around you. Get a sense of what you're wearing and feel the joy at what you're wearing. Have a sense of incredible joy at being where you are. Feel the energy of that incredible space that you're at a year from now. For some of us, it may be at a workplace. For others, it may be at a vacation place. For others, it might be a home over our heads. But feel the energy of having that. Feel the joy. Feel it in your heart. Feel it in your legs and arms, on your face, in your stomach. Step into the excitement of that. And have that 1 year from now you look back at you sitting there listening to this now. And feel the incredible joy at how far you have come when you're looking back at that you of today. Accept, trust, and believe. Feel into the power that you have, this shared power that you have with your abundance guide. Take notice. That this is within you. This dream is within you. This abundance is within you. This ability to create what you have felt at the 3-month, 6-month, and year from now is within you to create. Feel the energy of that. Step into what you desire. That self-love will shift you into that greater feeling of abundance. Shift into the power of loving yourself to create this abundance. Shift into the power of feeling the energy of yourself in joy 3 months, 6 months, and a year from now. Feel that every single day of your life moving forward. It takes mere moments. Think of it any time during the day, but do it at least once a day. Feel how powerful that is. Take a good look at your abundance guide. Whether you consciously see an image of your guide or not, know that your guide is there with you. If a thought of what your guide looks like popped into your mind, imagine that image. Imagine a picture, if that's what helps. And then every time you see either these colors, this light, or this image, know that your abundance guide is there reminding you of how much power and ability you truly do have. And again, if you would like to ask the name of your abundance guide, please do. Give thanks to your abundance guide. Give thanks to yourself. Give thanks to the incredible energy vortex that you and the space you are in encompass. And know that this energy vortex is there always for your highest good and for the most benevolent reasons. Know as well that whatever room you have cleared, if there are any crystals there, that they too have been cleared for the highest good and for the most benevolent reasons. Whether they're physically out or in things, know that they have been cleared. Feel into the energy of the water that you have with you, if you have water to drink, that the energy has been raised. The megahertz in that water have been raised as well. Yes, to 528 megahertz. That the impurities have been cleared out of this glass, this bottle of water. And once again, give thanks to the guide, all the guides who we've had come through so far this week. Our higher self, our little you, our grounding guide, our creative guide, and our abundance guide. And all the guides who've ever assisted us, past, present, and future. For our higher self, our physical body, our little you, our mind, bodies, and souls. Every lifetime, lifeline, realm, dimension, down to a molecular and DNA and RNA level, all the way back to the master bodies, all the way back to the source. And so it is. I wanted to say, wow. You know, I go into these things with a completely blank mind, and I absolutely love how my guides work and what they give so freely to us. It's so remarkable, and I truly am so blessed. And every single one of you who takes part in this, whether you're listening now or listening to a replay, it's your beautiful energy that comes in and aids the guides to create this beautiful journey that unfolds when we go into meditation. So thank you all for participating. If you're ready to speak, I would love to hear what some of you have had happen. I know for me, when I opened up the fridge in the room, there was oranges there. And when I got to the end of the year, when I was in the year part, I was in shorts. And believe me, the emotion that came over me was huge, because it showed me that I can have what I want. If I am in shorts a year from now, it means that I'm likely in somewhere else rather than Canada in the cold. So I really, really appreciated being shown that I was in shorts. So Vairika, I'll let you speak first. You'll have to unmute yourself though, please.
During the meditation, I got the I don't know, the idea that you said that we are saying the mantra, um, I have no expectation, no limitation, but you
Right.
said you don't use no. And came up in my mind that without limitation and without uh, expectation.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And my uh, abandoned guide was a queen, like
Wow.
like a tree, Christmas tree angel in
Beautiful.
a gold dress, long dress, and crown. And when I asked, her name was Queen Mary. I don't know. And
Beautiful.
when I opened up the fridge, was some tomatoes, paper, some milk, some, but from back home from Romania. And in 1 year from now, I was at the opera, the same back home in Romania, and listen to Rigoletto, Verdi.
Wow. The hair on my arms is standing up. That's incredible. Yes. So I strongly, strongly recommend that you do, each of you do, as was mentioned in the meditation, feel into the energy of the 3 months, 6 months, and a year from now, and feel the joy, and continue to feel that that opera house and you being there listening to that, because that will unfold for you in some manner. And of course, being open with all of that. Now, I just wanted to clarify that for myself, I dropped the word not, N-O-T, not necessarily the word no. Okay. But you rewriting that to without expectations and being limitless or without limits, beautiful. It's what resonates for you that's most important. And I love that you've rewritten that for yourself. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Okay. Cynthia, how about yourself?
Okay. I had, interestingly enough, the same guide that showed up yesterday for the meditation was there also, and I had a different one. I had two. So
Right on.
okay.
Well, and I did mention the creative guide was there at the beginning. Remember when we went into the solar sacral chakra, I said that the creative guide was there. So that might be why yours came through like that. Okay.
Yeah. So I thought that I said that my guide yesterday looked like Aladdin. I
Yes.
thought that's what I said. And today I had that one, and I had somebody else that looked like a genie.
Woo-hoo,
So
I love it.
so I had the Aladdin, he had purple gemstones and everything all over him. This one had black with like a darker maroon color, and they both had, headpieces. And so I got Raquel. Raquel
Ooh, neat.
was the name. Raquel. I don't know. I don't know if I heard that right, but that's what I
Hey,
got.
trust it, accept it, and believe it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I got really odd in the 3 month from now. I got myself at a birthday party
Oh, cool.
for my kids. They have birthdays in February, but I also got a really bittersweet feeling that there was also a death.
Yeah.
I don't know why that happened to me, but it did.
Okay.
That I was dealing with. And then 6 months from now, I got myself at another party. I don't.
Woohoo! I love it.
I don't know. I don't know what party it was, but I was there. And then I got when I opened the refrigerator, there were party platters,
Woohoo!
party platters with, appetizers and stuff on it. And
I
then
love it.
a year from now, the only thing that I noticed was I was in an outfit that I had back in the 90s that I wore early 2000s, and it was a velvet pair of pants and like a shirt that, it was like a set, like a pair of pants and a matching shirt.
Wow.
And I was in that. So that kind of made me feel hopeful because I probably couldn't get my one leg in the outfit today. so so I was hopeful that maybe I might start,
Yes. I
yes,
understand.
yeah. So that's
Beautiful.
all I got today. So,
So I give you this. That's all I got. Like, really, woman?
well, that's what I got today.
Thank you. Much better. Like I said, listen to that advice of feeling the energy of this 3 months, 6 months, and a year from now. Do this every single day, because this will unfold in some manner. Okay. And being okay with that final outcome when you get to that 3 months, 6 months, and a year from now, because this is how I changed my life. I can't tell you guys enough that this is literally how I changed my life, was by feeling into the energy of where I wanted to be. And by notice how when we went into each of those time frames, we didn't put specific people in there. The only specific person that was in there was ourself, right? And that the image, what came up was whatever our guides wanted to show us, whatever our higher self or little you wanted us to feel at that moment, to be in at that moment. And that's powerful. That's really powerful when we let all this stuff, this abundance, come to us in the most easiest way. An expectation is like a boulder. When we put an expectation out there, it's like a boulder in a river, and that river can no longer flow freely the way it wants to us. It has to figure out how to get to us. And when it has to figure out how to get to us, then it comes at us, and it comes at us in a much different way than if we'd had no expectations, right? So yes, continue. Yes, go ahead.
Do you know why I would have had, had the bittersweet thing when I'm supposed to be at 528 megahertz, or whatever that, however. Why would I have had that come through, I wonder?
Okay, I think it's very, very, very important for you to hear the word that you used. You used bittersweet. You didn't say you were sobbing with grief in this. You said you used the word, like I heard you use twice now the word bittersweet. So meaning that whatever transpired, that there was things that you learned through that. There was an understanding of the need for this person to move on. There was an understanding of that you were okay with it, that there were no expectations, limitations, and you were okay with the outcome of it in the final bit of it.
Okay.
And what a beautiful, knowing what's going on in your life right now, what a beautiful understanding to get now before it even happens. What a beautiful understanding to be at, is that you are going to go through this in a much different way than you may have had in the past. Okay. You are supported, Cynthia. You're supported hugely, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Sandra, I just wanted to let you know that Vivian sent a chat. Says, hi, dear Sandra, I have to run. Have to take care of Luna. My guide was a flowing guide, beautiful blue turquoise color, and the message to join the flow. Much, much love and thanks to you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. You can go ahead too now for yourself if you like, Sharon.
Okay. I didn't see my guide again, but I sensed that he was maybe, older, and I felt like he had a beard.
Oh.
And whereas yesterday I felt the creative guide, I was sensing like his whole body. This one I was just sensing from like the chest up, and like a veil was separating. And when we opened the refrigerator, I had like just all these fresh fruits and vegetables just so much fresh food. And when he took me to the 3 months in the future, well, first he says, Sharon, you know how to do this. Just remember. And 3 months from now, I have a veterans case I've had going for years, and he showed me winning it.
Oh, beautiful.
And then 6 months, I just felt this tremendous amount of freedom. Like my life had just really shifted. And a year from now, since I was like traveling, and that looking back, my whole life was just so different than it is today.
Wow.
Just so much abundance in my life. And I also wanted to share with you that I don't know if it's because of what we've been doing on these meditations, but last night I started seeing all this energy. And this happened before, but this time it just seemed to really stay with me for a very long time. And this morning when I was getting ready for this, my left ear had a high pitch 2 different times. Normally my right ear, rings all the time, 24/7.
Okay.
But this was my left ear, and it was a very high tone, and it happened twice. I just wanted to share that with you too. So
I love that.
thank you.
Yeah, I love that that you're it feels like all this energy is shifting within you. What I would recommend, Sharon, for you is to take some time in this next couple days here to clean out a drawer or clean out a purse or clean out your cabinet underneath your bathroom sink or something. Just make a point of cleaning something out. Yes, you'll make a
Okay.
mess to make it clean, but clean something just to give some room to this new energy that's coming in. Okay.
Okay.
And
Thank you for
everybody on
sharing.
this can do that. Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Sharon. Okay. Maria. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Maria is going to go then. Okay, Maria, go first.
Oh, sorry.
No, there's two of you on
sorry.
there. Go ahead. Go ahead, Maria.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
That's
Okay, so-
fine, Maria.
Okay. Well, I had a little hard to concentrate actually on this, at least in the beginning, because I was disturbed by background noise. So I was a bit sad because I couldn't see my guide and I could hardly feel him at first. And then going forward in time, yeah, well, I didn't see anything except I was standing by the sea, and for me that is freedom. And I felt like I was in another country, far away from here, and that is typical because when I try to imagine abundance and things, I often imagine myself living somewhere else. I don't know where.
Yeah.
Then toward the 1 year, I also saw these ancient trees, very beautiful. And I asked for a name several times, and then I got it. And it was one name, and I thought it was so strange. I asked again, but then I realized that name is connected with abundance for me. And I got the second name, so I will use the both name for him. So that was good.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And I love how you keep envisioning water, because water is so important. Like, we are made of water, and it's that flow that's really important, and you staying in the flow of things. So continue doing the work. What I wanted to say is start to be more open about the possibility that this water that you're seeing may be in the country that you are actually in. I know that you've mentioned a couple times now that this feels like it's an ocean and that it's in a different country, but maybe allow yourself to be open to wherever this water is. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. That's true, because of course we have seas, we have the ocean here too.
You do. And if you haven't physically been to those places, you may be unaware of what they look like, right?
Yes, true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because this might be, because I know from you and I speaking often enough that this may be coming up constantly like this because they are trying to shift your attention.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
Yeah, be
It
more
just
open to.
yeah, to the possibilities that this, especially when it's just 3 months, because it comes back to that realistic thing, right? Like realistically, yes, you could be in another country in 3 months at an
Yeah.
ocean, but where, like, yeah, you understand where I'm going with this, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I know. I
Okay.
agree.
Okay, beautiful. Love that. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for sharing, Maria.
Thank you.
Okay, Marie, go ahead. You'll have to unmute yourself, Marie.
Hi, yes. The guy that came in for me was kind of like a silvery shape, carrying like a bunch of flowers. And so when I asked, like, where are you from? I got like a finger pointing straight up.
Wow.
And the first thing came in was like star person, and then I was showed that I was sitting on a huge rock. What that means, I don't know, but it showed me like in 6 months. I've been wanting to go on vacation really bad, and I've been wanting to go east, but I was shown west. And
Okay.
so I don't know if there's something coming up for me that I'm going to be shifted west. I don't know, but that's okay with me too.
Yeah.
and a year from now, I was just dancing in the kitchen wearing the same exact clothes I am wearing today, and they still fit. Yay! And I was just going, woohoo!
I love that. I love that. That is so
It was
beautiful.
such a big deal.
Well, it is. It is. And as a woman, we all get that. We truly do. We all get that. I did want to mention that that west. It's really interesting because it's okay. So I'm feeling that it's west, but it still could be east, but not as far east as you originally thought. So just so you're aware, okay? So still keeping that broad, wide open thinking around that, being open with no expectations and no limitations. Because again, you're not wanting to limit yourself. Exactly.
Yeah. I don't care where I go. I just want to go on vacation.
I love that. Then feel into the energy of that. Like I said, do this work every single day, at least once a day. I do it in the morning when I'm waking up, and I do it in the evening when I'm going to sleep. And I find that it's very productive that way. And just like you could even do a writing around it, a day in my life a year from now, or a day in my life 3 months from now, a day in the life 6 months from now. So you're doing that writing today, but you're picking a date that's 3 months from now that you're writing about, right? And that you're on that vacation. Yeah. That's very productive as well. Okay.
Ooh,
thank you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily have to say. Go ahead. You speak first.
Because I am a self-imposed hermit, I don't see and speak to people very often. And so it's almost like the feeling of coming out of being wallpaper, if that makes any kind of sense whatsoever.
It very much does.
But it's almost like I'm stepping into something, but yet that something is still unknown. Right. That's the best way I can describe it.
And I love that. And when you're writing about whatever you're writing, if it's 3 months, 6 months, or a year from now, you don't have to put a location. What you're writing about is the feelings that you have, that you woke up in the morning and you were feeling ecstatic, that this is what you had for breakfast, and that when you looked out at the world, it was incredible, and you felt the joy of looking at the blue sky. That's what you want to write about, is the feelings that you have, okay?
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And then it will naturally unfold, and eventually you will have little clues. For me, like I was doing this one day and I literally saw a beautiful wooden deck with wooden railing, and I could picture what the shape of the house in front of me looks like, and I'm out on the deck and these are big windows and that, and that's now something that when I actually do see it, it's going to be like, wow, I wrote about this, right? But it didn't come up when I first started to feel the energy of that year from now or whatever it was. It just unfolds naturally. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Maria, for sharing, or Marie for sharing. Okay, Colleen, how about yourself? You'll have to unmute yourself.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sorry for being late, first off.
Oh, that's all right.
My guide appeared, it was just energy. So it was a ball of energy, and then it was like almost human form, but just vibrating energy, white light kind of thing.
Okay.
And it would keep going between those two. And when we were sharing, like I could see the energy going back and forth between us. Where I'm going to be in 3 months, it was spring and I was outside in my yard. I was very happy. And then in 6 months, again, I was in my yard, but summertime and things were blooming, but I also got a quick vision of packing.
Oh, cool.
Boxes.
Oh.
Not just suitcases, boxes. And then in the winter, like for 1 year, it was Christmas. There was a big Christmas tree, and I was holding a baby.
Yay.
And just happy. And in the summer, like at the 6 months, my husband actually joined me before you said to have a loved one or a friend join you.
Right.
My husband had joined me before that while I was out enjoying my yard. I was packing, enjoying my yard, and my husband joined me.
I
don't
love
know.
that. No, that's beautiful. When that happens, what I recommend is that you feel the joy that they are exuding as well, that they have a beautiful smile on their face, that you're smiling together, that you're enjoying together. Okay.
Oh, we definitely were. We were very happy to be. Yeah.
I love that. Right on.
He even did a bit of dance.
Yay! I look forward to hearing what everybody's 3 months, 6 months, a year from now actually unfolds like. Thank you for sharing, Colleen.
You're welcome.
Sheila, how about yourself? You'll have to unmute yourself. Beautiful. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So we have many distractions, and I have to go back and do, well, I don't have to, I want to go back and do the meditation, but I wanted Cynthia to know that I was influenced by her, because the only thing that came through was my guide, who was the Disney version with Robin Williams of Aladdin's Genie. So there you go,
that.
Cynthia.
Thanks for sharing, Sheila.
So there you go.
And just so both of you know, I literally visited the Museum of Art in Phoenix here the day before the Creative Guide one, and literally took pictures of this guy named Alfonso. He did drawings of Aladdin the day before we did the Creative Guide. So there's 3 there now. I love it. Thank you. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I literally look forward to our class tomorrow, and feel into the energy, truly feel into the energy of this, like I say, morning and evening, or at least once a day. Feel into the energy of how you feel 3 months, 6 months, and a year from now, and let that unfold. For those of you who got actual people that have come in or actual places that have been, feel open with all of that and just allow that to unfold however it wants to unfold. Beautiful. Thank you, guys. You are awesome. Love you all. Take care.